Okay, so let's get started, Anusha, so that I'm not quite sure these technical glitches why we always face, but yeah, let's get started. So today's topic is about time management, and I remember a few episodes back when we were doing live, one of the participants did mention time management, and that's how this topic came to my mind, and I thought I should cover this up, in today's live. So I will get started, and if you have any questions, please type it in the chat box, and then we will pick the questions and try and answer in a given span of time. Great. So on time management over here, the recruiters, what they're trying to gauge out of the candidate is that how well they're able to manage time, how well are they able to manage their work in the given deadlines, or is it that they are unable to meet the deadlines, or they are missing on the deadlines, or are there multiple reminders to be given for them to complete any kind of work. Basically, they're trying to understand, how well organized you are. Now, question on time is going to be very, very common. It's one of the basic common questionnaire asked in interviews, and the candidate will face this question. Okay, so assuming the interviewer asks you, how are you going to manage your time? For example, so over here, the interviewer is not trying to understand how you're going to do it. Say, for example, you have your own sticky notes, or you have any particular app where you give reminders to yourself, or you have any notepad, pen, and paper, physically writing down. I'll get going. Okay. So idea here is the interviewer is not trying to understand how you're going to remind yourself. It could be in any form. Idea here is you need to be prepared how you're going to answer the question, number one, and what are the techniques you're going to tell the interviewer in the interview how you're managing your time. Ideally, the best deal would be if you can give some specific examples and some stats around it. Okay. Second, it is also equally important the candidate needs to understand that having a great time management skills will also improve you into various other skills and competencies. Okay, now you would be questioning how is that possible? Now the answer over here is, when I'm talking about skills and competencies, it would be relating to your reliability, perseverance, resilience, your preparedness, your action oriented, your how dependable you are, how reliable you are. It also helps you, in problem solving skills as well. So did you see, if you're managing time effectively, so many skills are being considered in you as a candidate, number one. Number two, also during the interviews, there are many formats you will be questioned on time management. For example, it could be in a form of just a conversation, or it could be direct questions throwing on you, or it could be something in the form of personality questionnaire, or it could be in the form of gamification also. So it could be any form. You need to be prepared, how you're going to put across yourself in front of the interviewer, and keeping in mind that you're standing out among the other candidates who have applied for the same job. Second, time management skill is a skill. um, it is developed through the time gradually. It's not like, I say something today and from tomorrow you become an amazing time management individual. It doesn't work that way. It's a effort that you need to put in gradually. Get conscious and aware how you're managing it yourself, because in today's world, specifically in today's given scenario in pandemic, time management is at the topmost. Why? Because all of us are managing work, we're managing home, we're managing family. Everything has come together. Unlike what it was before COVID, when you're in office, it's only office. You're not really managing work. But right now, that's not the scenario, right? So you're doing everything together. So here, the employer is going to look at, how are you managing. He's basically going to check how are the resources that you're utilizing, so that you are able to manage and you're flexible and nimble at the same time, and also you're able to give amazing productivity at work. So did you see, the employer is going to check all of this. He might not directly ask you all of this in a form of a question, but there will be different ways he will try to extract information out of you. So time management, when it comes to interviewing on time management, it is not about how you use time. It is about how are you able to give information more so that the interviewer is convinced that yes, you are the one. It's going to be beyond how you use the time. That's how the interviewer is going to look at. Now I will also I will try to cover few tips which I have personally used in my own career, and I've also seen people using these tips, and it has really worked brilliantly. I'm sure people would have their different ways, which is fair. We can you can add, delete as per your convenience. So number one, mentioning how you handle different aspects of work, be it your deadline, be it your any kind of work that you need to deliver. When you're getting into an interview, one needs to be very prepared how you want to answer that question with your own technique that you have in mind, and talk about those techniques or those strategies which has really worked well for you, okay, which has worked very well for you, where you have success stories to talk about, where you can talk about some stats and talk about some figures to back it up. That's number one. Number two, you could also talk about how are you, how are you in doing the priority for yourself, the daily priority list. How are you doing that? How are you creating that? Because it's never going to happen. You're going to focus on only one activity at work. You're going to have so many at the same time. Okay, how are you doing that? Are you breaking them in smaller chunks and then saying, okay, this is important? Or you pre-planning it? Whatever the strategy is, because every question on time management, the interviewer will try to see answers around these parameters. Number three, avoid multitasking. Okay, it's very personal opinion that I have about multitasking. I feel it's overrated. Okay, if I'm extremely good at time management, I need not do multitasking, right? I'm not saying it's not a great skill to have. Yes, it is a great skill to have. Okay, but when one has an amazing time management skill, or is effectively able to manage and organize himself or herself, you are able to minimize the multitasking. So that actually helps you not getting too much burnt out. Otherwise, you're doing so many things at the same time. It's bound to happen. As a human, you're going to get burnt out, you're going to get tired. One fine day you'll be like, enough, I can't do this anymore, because you're doing too many things at the same time. But having said, if you're able to organize yourself a little more better, then you're able to focus on one particular thing at one given time, and where the productivity is far better than doing 10 things at the same time. And by doing so, it might happen that you might end up even missing a few information or detailing of the work, which is not a great sign again to the employer, right? That is two. The third thing which comes to my mind is how you can handle interruptions. See, interruptions at work are going to be there. You be at workplace, physical premises at office, or you be at home. Now let's talk about that. We're currently working from home. Of course, not all of us have lavish in our own personal space where we make an office and sit whole day. Not all of us have that option, right? A lot of us might not have. Like for example, I don't have my own personal office at home, so I need to figure out my way how I can do it. So over here, the employer is going to definitely try to understand how is that you're managing. It's nothing right or wrong. Everybody has its own way of managing in the given limitations of the space constraints that we are in right now. Say for example, your answer could be then, I use headphones so that I don't get disturbed by my environmental noise, because people are going to come in your room if you're working from home. You just can't lock the room whole day and don't expect people to walk in. It is going to happen. If you have a child, the child will definitely walk inside the room. You cannot say, oh sorry, you don't come inside the room, right? So you may want to then wear a headphone and say, this is one way I manage. The second way possibly could be, I go on do not disturb. So most often all the companies, they have their own apps or applications that they work on chat or Outlook. So you can definitely go and put do not disturb for X number of hours, maybe half hour or 1 hour, depending on your scope of work, and then say, okay, I do this as I go as do not disturb, so that I'm completely horse blinkered and focused and then do my deliverables. So this is how you handle interruptions, or there could be many other ways people would do it. The third one would be, how are you meeting your deadlines? And this is one thing, Anusha, no employer would want to compromise. It's something not negotiable at all. Be it your own clients or be it your own employer in any kind of workspace, nobody is going to compromise on meeting your deadlines. So the employer is definitely going to check in a form in the interview, how is that you're going to meet your deadlines. You might throw some questions or some scenarios to you, and then you need to be prepared. So possibly, for example, you could go and say, I would work backwards in my calculation, knowing this is a deadline for me. So what I would do, I will do my calculation backwards. I'll break down the chunks into smaller chunks, or the bigger chunk into smaller chunks, and then I will give them mini deadlines. So that way I'm able to track my daily activity, my weekly activity, my monthly activity. So the employer will again try to see what is the process you're following, or you just looking at the outcome. Outcome is there, that anyways we have to do, we have to get those results. But what is the process, what is the journeys that you're trying to follow, and so that you're able to reach. Again, here the answer is nothing right or wrong. It's more about the approach. It's more about how you're thinking. It's about how are you trying to make things work, happen in the given constraints or environment or whatever that is. And the other one would be, work-life balance. Now, work-life balance, Anusha, is very personal to each one of us. What I think, you might think something very different. And having worked with so many companies for so many years, I have come to an understanding that work-life balance is something it's in our hands. It's not into my employer's hand. Okay, we often end up saying, this company doesn't give me enough time for myself. But at the end of the day, it all boils down how well are we managing our time, how well are we organized. The bottom line comes there. And if one is able to manage himself or herself in the given timeline and is able to chunk down and define times to each of the activity, you are quite efficient there itself. And when you're efficient, you are able to complete your task as you had planned for yourself, and that allows you to disconnect yourself when you're home. So when you're home, then you're not surfing your mobile and checking your office emails. You're not taking your office calls unless it's an emergency or something you can't avoid. Barring that, you're much more organized the way you are then managing it. So these are the few tips which I personally use, and I've seen people using, and it has worked for them. Like again I said, I would want to reiterate, time management is not something you read and you start from day one. It gradually happens, because it has to, when you start it becomes a conscious effort, but when you practice and work towards it and get aware about it, it becomes an unconscious effort. And that is what one needs to focus at. And in a nutshell, I feel when I was taking interviews, and this question was one of my favorites, because the firms I have always been working were which had always high pressure jobs, right? So it was very important, how are you going to manage time? So this was one of my questions I used to very often ask the candidates. And I used to always seek for something more information. I don't want to know how you're going to use your time. Yes, you're going to use 10 hours, 12 hours, 15 hours, fair enough. But I need to know something more, and that more is something which I just spoke about. How you're going to manage your deadlines, how you're going to manage how you're going to avoid or handle interruptions. Especially when it comes to interruptions, the work is going to keep coming to you. It's not that Anusha will handle only 10 activities in a day. No, there could be more 5 added to Anusha. Then how is Anusha going to manage those extra 5, not disturbing the existing 10 activities? That is what time management, that is what the employer will look for when you answer. So one, I would say, whenever you go for an interview, you need to prepare your thoughts in such a way that, one, you're sounding very genuine. Two, something which you've already used those techniques. So I'm sure everybody has their own way of tackling their time and managing their work. Have those techniques in place, and keep that flow of the conversation with right kind of examples, specific examples which are related to the job, again not something haywire, something which is related to the job you have applied for. And stats always help. When you have stats backing it up, it always helps, because then you really stand out, compared to the other people who are giving the interview there. Yes,
Guys,
that's
do
what I would
follow
say.
our socials, uh, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram. Do follow us. We post content every day. So thank you guys.